For 30 days, you must take control of your mind. It will think only about what you permit it to think. Each day for this 30-day test, do more than you have to do. In addition to maintaining a cheerful, positive outlook, give of yourself more than you've ever done before. Do this knowing that your returns in life must be in direct proportion to what you give. The moment you decide on a goal to work toward, you're immediately a successful person. You're then in that rare and successful category of people who know where they're going. Out of every 100 people, you belong to the top 5. Don't concern yourself too much with how you're going to achieve your goal. Leave that completely to a power greater than yourself. All you have to do is know where you're going. The answers will come to you of their own accord.
Have you ever thought about someone so much that they become more of a fantasy than they are real? Think back to a time where you admired someone, or you looked up to someone, or you just couldn't get that person out of your head. You couldn't stop thinking about them. You couldn't stop fantasizing about who they were, what they did, what they might be doing right this second. Maybe it was a boy in your class that you had a crush on, or maybe it was that girl crossing the street that you just can't get out of your head. But for some reason, you're thinking about them almost obsessively. You're fantasizing maybe how your life would be if you were with them, how your life would be if you were out on a date with them, or if you were hanging out with them or being friends with them. You start to think about them. You start to fantasize about how they could be in your life. I think all of us have been through this exact situation where we just can't stop thinking about somebody. And it's really weird because it almost seems like they become more of a fantasy, more of a dream than they are a real person in our lives. Now I want you to stop and reflect on your own life and think, who could be thinking about me? Who is fantasizing about me? Who thinks about me when I'm not around? It's really hard to tell because you don't really think about things like that. You don't step out of yourself to look in at yourself. You're always constantly thinking about other people. You're always thinking or fantasizing about people that are not you. But you're not very unique in that aspect. A lot of people, if not everybody, is in this same exact or very similar boat. Everybody is so focused on the people around them and the people that they wish they could be, or the people they wish they could be with or be like. But not many people spend time thinking about themselves in that matter. You need to realize that everybody is focused on somebody else. And the people who other people fantasize about are the people who are focused on themselves. They're looking inward to see who they really are and working on that person. You see, if once you start to focus on yourself, once you start to understand yourself and know where you need to develop and know what you need to do to become the best person that you can be, only then can you start to realize that you have an absolutely magnificent being within you that is waiting to come out, that is waiting to be released, so that other people can sit there and fantasize about you rather than you sitting there and fantasizing about somebody else. And when you're working on yourself, every single day when you wake up and you look into that mirror and you look at yourself, you have a brief second where you actually connect with yourself and you're alone and nobody else is around you, nobody's in your head, you're looking at the person that everybody else sees. That is the person staring back at you in the mirror who you need to develop, who you need to nurture and love and develop as the best human possible. But just remember that as you're developing yourself, as you're reading that next book, as you're going out and doing the things that you need to do to become a better you. But when you start to allow doubt to seep into your mind, into your heart and into your soul, you'll start to get down. You'll start to have doubts about yourself or whether or not you should be better or could be better. But when doubt starts to seep in, just start thinking about somebody you admire. And from there, your brain is naturally going to take over and it's naturally going to start thinking about how they are, who they are, what they're doing, what they possibly could have done to become better. And then you realize that you're thinking about them while they're out living their lives, focusing on themselves. And that's where you want to be. You want to realize that other people are going to be thinking about you just the same way that you're thinking about that person that you admire. So you need to focus on yourself, and other people will be attracted to the thought of you. And as you're thinking about this person that you admire, you need to understand that there is no difference between you and them. Nobody is any better than anybody else. Nobody just magically appears with absolute greatness. All greatness is achieved. Now, you may be a slow reader. You might have a slow metabolism. You might lack motivation where other people have it naturally. But you know what? That doesn't mean that you're not capable of taking the time to develop those skills and those habits to make yourself a better person. When you look at yourself in the mirror, you are looking at the exact same thing that the person that you admire is looking at. They're looking at a reflection of themselves. The only difference is what they perceive, what they believe, and what they think about themselves. And you're gonna get so caught up in your own focus on yourself that you're not even going to realize that other people are fantasizing about you. Other people are dreaming about you. They're not gonna walk up to you and tell you. They're not gonna post it on Instagram or post it on Facebook that they're thinking about you. You're never gonna know when other people are thinking about you, but just understand this, that the more you focus on yourself and develop yourself in areas that you know you should and could improve in, that other people are gonna see that. Other people don't do those things, and you're gonna be the one who actually sets that standard in other people's minds, and they're gonna see you trying. They're gonna see you going into the gym and losing weight. They're gonna see you getting smarter and more intelligent as you read books and as you study and as you take more action on yourself. And they're gonna start thinking about you until one day you just blossom like a butterfly, and everybody is thinking about you all around you. But you're so caught up in your own world, your own development, your own focus, that you don't have time to spend thinking about other people. And that is when you know that people around you are thinking about you, fantasizing about you, and dreaming about you. Who are you? And why should I or anyone around you care?
Remember these words from the Sermon on the Mount, and remember them well. Keep them constantly before you this month of your test. Ask, and it shall be given you. Seek, and ye shall find. Knock, and it shall be opened unto you. For every one that asketh receiveth, and he that seeketh findeth, and to him that knocketh it shall be opened. It's as marvelous and as simple as that. In fact, it's so simple that in our seemingly complicated world it's difficult for an adult to understand that all he needs is a purpose and faith. For 30 days, do your best.